This is 9 on your side at 5.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Amanda Goodman. Thanks so much for joining us. There is no time to waste today, so let's get right to it. We have On Your Side team coverage today, tracking and informing you of everything you need to know to stay safe in the face of winter weather. Joining me now live is Alex Freeman. He is live in Greenville. Storm Team 9 Chief Meteorologist David Sawyer is in the Forecast Center. Patrick Ellis is live in Tarboro. We're going to check in with everyone, but first, let's go right to the Forecast Center. David, Storm Team 9 has been telling us this was coming. Has this storm giving us any surprises yet?
Not at all. The only difference has been the precipitation came in a little earlier than we were expecting. We were thinking early to mid-afternoon, came in just after lunchtime, but of no consequence there. Forecast spot on in terms of the wintry mix. Let's go to Live Viper 9 to show where that mix is continuing to fall over much of the 9 on your side viewing area. I will point out that the back edge of this is close. Because it came in early, it's getting out of here early. So before midnight, this will be a done deal in terms of falling precipitation. But I do want to emphasize to all of our viewers in eastern North Carolina, travel troubles will be a rule this evening and into the overnight because temperatures are at or below freezing. As a result, cold air wedged in along the Appalachian Mountains, warm air trying to come in sets up an icy scenario for eastern North Carolina. We're no strangers to this. Here's how it shakes down. The surface at or below freezing. Because of the warm air that's trying to override this cold air at the ground, what's happening is that warm air is melting the snowflakes in many locations, turning it into rain. That rain falls to the ground. As it hits this freezing air here at the surface, it's either freezing on contact, called ice or freezing rain, or those raindrops are freezing into sleet pellets before they reach the ground. But notice, much of the viewing area now getting frozen precipitation, northern Onslow County, Jones County, central and northern Craven County, even a little bit of a wintry mix in western Pamlico County, all points north and west. We do have the potential for dangerous driving conditions tonight as this moisture moves across the 9 on your side viewing area. Immediate coastal sections, Onslow County, Carteret County, down east Carteret County, eastern portions of Pamlico County, and the southern portions of our national seashores of the Outer Banks will be just rain this evening. Temperatures critical. We're at or below the freezing mark in many locations, including Kinston, Goldsboro, Greenville, just to name a sampling, mainly north of US 70, and that's where we're going to go with a winter weather advisory because of these dangerous driving conditions. Let's take a look at that advisory one more time. For most of the 9 on your side viewing area, we are now under this winter weather advisory through 1 a.m. and that's where we're going to head on in through the evening and overnight hours. And my colleague Patrick Ellis has purposefully been out and about this afternoon tracking the situation. He is live in northern Pitt County, just north of the airport, as I understand. Patrick, you guys were trying to get to Tarboro, but you played it safe and you're not getting on that dangerous icy condition as you head northwest, correct?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't make it up to Tarboro. We're in northern Pitt County, right up here where Highway 11 and Highway 264 all come together up here just in the northern portion of the area. But like you were saying, David, we were talking about the warm air coming up over the colder air at the surface. We were talking about that over on the Facebook side today about how that was changing over the snow aloft and changing that to freezing rain down at the surface. Even though that the surface temperatures were well below freezing, we're actually having to deal with that. So icing on the roadways are going to be a big issue across eastern Carolina tonight, and that goes for anybody across the area. So if you don't have to be on the roadways tonight, don't get on them because they are slick, especially going across the bridges and overpasses. Also want to push along again, the winter weather advisory is still in effect until 1 a.m. tonight, and that's going to cover most of the area with the exception of Pamlico, Outer Banks, Dare, and also actually Carteret County, not Beaufort County. Beaufort County, you guys are in that winter weather advisory. So we're going to continue with that cold weather across eastern Carolina, and also with the icing conditions tonight, it will continue to be a treacherous drive, especially for this PM commute across the entire region.
All right, Patrick Ellis reporting. Thanks so much. Now let's go out to Alex Freeman. Alex, you're at the Greenville Utilities call center. How are they dealing with this weather right now?
Well, Amanda, I think it's so interesting because we're hearing a lot. I was hearing David Sawyer saying earlier, got to be careful of the grounds, the ground being icy, but we got to remember what's in the sky as well, like power lines, things like that. Those can easily ice over, and of course, we lose power for that. So here, as you were saying, we're at the Greenville Utilities Call Center on Mumford Road in Greenville. You can see some of the trucks have already left the area here. They were telling me, I was talking with the crews earlier, they said so far they haven't had any kind of major situation, any kind of emergency. Things have been running smoothly. Everyone that they know of still has power here in the area. Now, of course, I do want to give you a quick number. This is the GOC's emergency number. If you do have any utility problems, go ahead and write this down. It's 1-855-767-2482. Again, that's 1-855-767-2482. We're going to make sure we get that online for you at WNCT.com a little bit later. But again, other than the power going out, I got some video earlier today of cars driving around in the Greenville area, some of our major intersections. We are getting a lot of reports of wrecks in the area. Even before noon today, the Greenville police were reporting about 10 wrecks in Greenville. Now, that was again before noon, so I'm sure that number could have very easily rose between then and now. We are getting wrecks on the Grimesland Bridge Road, 264 East near exit 77, a car into a median. Pitt County really being the busiest area for highway patrol and wrecks right now. We also have some unconfirmed reports of 6 wrecks and a tractor trailer heading towards Raleigh on 64 near exit 478. So GUC, again, not reporting any kind of emergencies, but you can see the roads are really the big issue right now as this rain continues to fall in the area. That water sitting on the roads becoming ice. We can expect only worse things coming later on tonight. And of course, we'll be on that as we move on forward, Amanda.
Alex, you brought up a good point because GUC customers got a phone call, an automated phone call, just about an hour or so ago saying that the employees were going home early. But if you have an emergency, they are still open. That does not mean that if your power goes out for some reason, that GUC will not be there. They will be there for you. You just need to call this number that you gave us earlier, correct?
Absolutely. They've got their people on standby throughout the entire night. If anything were to happen, then they, of course, would come right back here and get in their trucks and Jeeps. There are people there inside the building. I just talked to them a little while ago. They are manning the phones. They are manning the entire call center. So it is by no means an empty building here, Amanda.
All right, Alex Freeman reporting. We're going to get back with all of you shortly. So Patrick and Alex, go grab yourself a cup of coffee and get out of the rain for right now. All right, well, coming up, our state's unemployment rate is higher than the national average, but that doesn't mean our economy is stagnant. We're going to tell you where in the East you can find the fastest growing businesses.
And Storm Team 9 continues to be on your side. We've told you about the dangerous conditions in eastern North Carolina. Now, when's it getting out of here? I'll answer that next.